I'm joined this afternoon by the chairman of TTK Prestige. Mr. Jagannathan joins me to decode the fourth quarter result to talk to us about where consumer demand is and what the growth outlook for his company is. Mr. Jagannathan, good afternoon and thank you very much for speaking with us.
Mhm.
Q4 has been a disappointing quarter for TTK. The company has posted a 12% decline in revenue growth over the past year. Margins have contracted. Operating margins are also down. Net profit is down 25%. However, we see a sequential 3% growth in net profit. Let me start by asking you what are the primary factors that impacted your top line and bottom line during the quarter? Are there any one-offs?
Yes, in fact, in the fourth quarter of last year, the market was dull for all kitchen appliance companies. In fact, if you compare us to our peers, we have done well. The share of wallet this year moved from the kitchen to holidays, eating out, movies, and so on. Last year, you must remember that nearly all of everything was shut. We got all that money. That is not going to sustain. Last year, we grew by 40%.
Mhm.
You can't expect us to grow from there. So it is
Right.
a matter of looking at the base rather than looking at what we achieve. Everybody in our business has achieved only this. So it's not that the market is dull or anything like that. It's that what went up dramatically has now settled down.
All right. As you rightly mentioned, that across industries there has been, especially in the discretionary category, we have seen down trading and muted volume growth on account of inflation-led weak consumption. So I would like to know if the demand situation is still worsening or is it improving? And also, is it just the lower end that is seeing a slowdown, or are you seeing down trading in the premium and prestige segment as well? A little more granular details on the demand front.
Can you repeat that one question at a time?
Yes. So I would like to know if the demand situation currently is still worsening or is it improving?
It's stable.
Okay. And if I have to look at the lower end, if is the slowdown seen across, lower end and mass and in the prestige and premium segment, what is the demand looking like?
The lower end is struggling because of inflation. The,
Okay.
the growth there is very muted.
Mhm.
The premium end is growing very nicely.
Okay. Okay. And how is the current quarter looking like, and what is your outlook in terms of revenue recovery and margin recovery as well?
Current quarter also, if you compare to last year, you will see very muted growth.
Okay.
But if you compare it to the pre-COVID years, there's a 50% growth, which
Okay.
you were not looking at. You're constantly looking at last year. Last year was a bonanza year.
Okay. Okay. But what would be the sustainable growth rate going forward?
I would expect the mid-teens.
Okay. And in terms of margins, we are also seeing some kind of pressure there. How is the raw material prices shaping up?
In fact, raw materials prices are stable, in fact, coming down. So
Okay.
that should benefit us.
Mhm.
And the margins have not come down. We posted in the worst quarter, last quarter, we posted 16.8% EBITDA margin. That is an industry high by a huge stretch.
Okay. Okay. And like you mentioned that prices are coming down, will you be also passing on the benefits of the price stabilization to the customers?
No, since we did not increase the price last year when prices went up, now we will not reduce the price.
Okay. And in terms of, there are in the category wise, in the cooker category, if we see the segment wise cooker as a category, I know, we shouldn't compare it to the last year, but still, if I have to say, like, what is the growth rate in the cooker segment in a good year?
In the cooker segment, the growth, it's a very mature segment. Nearly
Mhm.
everybody has more than one pressure cooker. The growth rate in cookers is roughly 2% in volume, 2 to
Mhm.
3%, and that is maintaining.
Okay. But is there a high competition from regional players?
We have maintained our market leadership and we've maintained our market share without any trouble.
Okay. And if I have to look at the entry level segment, you have not been that aggressive in the past, but now, in order to compete with the players that are going through aggressive discounting, what is your strategy there?
We have launched a new brand called Judge by Prestige, which will be
Okay.
roughly 25% cheaper than the Prestige cooker of the same size. And we're going to take that competition on head on.
Okay. And how do you plan to expand if you can share a little bit details?
That's the detail. I gave you detail. We
So
have
in
launched
terms of,
Judge by Prestige.
right, sir?
That's the detail.
Okay. And
If you
so
want to know how I'm going to personally go and stand in the shop and sell it,
no, but in
no,
terms of
thank
your
you.
product expansion, what is your entry level exposure in the cooker segment, sir?
I don't understand the question.
So your entry level exposure, like if I have to see the mix of entry level products and the premium products, what is your share of entry level?
Is it my market share you're asking, or what are you asking?
Your no, not your market share, sir. Your
This,
share as in the product in terms of products.
in our sales,
Yes.
entry level is about 10%.
Okay. All right. So how is the geopolitical situation playing up, and when do you expect business to normalize your exports business?
In fact, it's not the geopolitical thing that affects us. It
Okay.
is last year because of COVID, most of my customers ordered a lot, so they're
Mm-hmm.
stuck with a lot of stock. So
Okay.
this year will be a little slow, but they all tell us that by the end of this year, it'll pick up again.
Okay. And in terms of your channel mix, sir, I would like to know how is the online share of business doing?
It's doing the same thing as it did last year, same 20%. From COVID times of 50%, it dropped.
Okay. Like because a lot of people are going out in the
Yes,
stores and buying. So that
yes.
is also
And
having an
that is very
impact, right?
Indian. People want to touch and feel before buying.
Right. Right. So I would like to know your market share in the mixer, grinder, kettle, and the rice cooker segment as well.
I don't have that in my hand.
Okay, but is
I'm
how
not a
is
computer.
no worries, sir. But how is it? How the demand is like in these particular categories?
How is the margins like?
How is the demand like?
In fact, in mixer grinders, we've grown about 10%, which surprises me.
Mm-hmm,
And in induction cooktop, we've grown by 20%. In
mm-hmm.
kettles, we've grown by 10%. In fact, in nearly all categories, we've grown.
Okay. All right, sir. I think that was all from my end. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Sorry for the delay in the beginning.
No problem, sir. It's all right. Thank you so much.